Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of GearCity with our company here, Slick Wheels. If you recall, we are doing pretty well. I played some years off stream just because off video because it can be pretty busy. We just made some new vehicles. I just used some quick tools here and made a few vehicles that are now going to be available for us to manufacture. So we have a car, a fastback called the Blast, a luxury version of it called the Blast Lux, a van called the Rover, and a luxury version of it called the Rover Lux. Those four just became available. The Fowler is not selling as well as it used to. So what we're going to do is put one line of the Blast, making about 100 cars. We're going to do one line of the Blast Lux, making about 100 cars. We're going to do one line of the Rover, making about 100 vans. And a line of the Rover Lux, making about 100 vans. And then we are actually going to bump up the regular Loyale here, I believe. So now I need to go to the branches and set our price here. This just seems so expensive compared to what everybody else is charging. But it's a nice little fastback, so we're going to start this at 7,500 and see how they sell. We'll apply to all there. We'll make this premium luxury version just $1,000 more. The Rover, I would like to be able to bring that price tag down. I mean, we're so much more than what everybody else is putting out. Let's try 6,500 and see how that does. I have no idea if a van is even gonna sell. And we'll do the luxury version at 7,500. Now this I feel like could be really interesting, trying to sell a luxury van in like New York and some of the markets that we're in. So we shall see how it does. This could be a real disaster. It may have been a colossal waste of money investing in these, but as you can see on the screen in the bottom left, our cash is in a pretty good spot. So, oh boy, look at that cash flow, 10 million that month. All right, so it looks like we have too many pickup trucks. The Broad X2, we have too many in reserve, but look at this missed sales column. The vans, we are cutting into the market. Okay, great. And that was with a pretty high price tag. So we need to find some space in our production to make more vans. I was thinking about adding a new factory, or maybe we add on to the New York factory because I think it has 6 lines right now. Maybe we add a little more. So New York, we missed half of the sales in New York. Oh yeah, I put a branch in Toronto. Uh, that was missing as well. And we have another model, a sedan, coming out in 12 months. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to our city map here, and we're going to build a branch in Denver just to try to get that middle of the country area there. Maybe I could just clone. We'll do it this way. That doesn't seem too bad. We'll build a branch in Denver. Maybe build a branch in St. Louis. And then in New York, we want to upgrade the factory to 11 lines. $25 million seems good. And in the meantime, which one was it was overproducing? We have plenty of the broad axe. Oh, looks like the Fowler caught up. So maybe we bump the price on the Fowler a little bit. We cut the line on the broad axe. So where are we making those? Broad axe 2. Okay, let's cut this line. And okay. So let's make some rovers out there. Make about 120 out there. And then in branches we want to up the price of the Fowler to see if we can lower the demand on it. So then we can go back to LA. No. Let's just do this. And we want to put a line of Rover Lux out here. About 100 of those. And that should be good. Let's see how that does for a month or two. I know this isn't super riveting for some people to watch, but if you've ever played this game, you know, it's the thought process is half of the fun. Okay, so that ate into our reserve some, but we have a few months we can keep doing that. Look at this demand. This is crazy. It's crazy. And I cut the I raised the price of the Fowler, and it still sold everyone we made with considerably more demand, even with it being more expensive. But I have noticed that sometimes after a few months that changes, so pardon me. So the other car that we have in production right now, oh, you know what? There's a bunch of stuff I could be outsourcing too. Forgot about that. The other car that we have in production right now is, or in research, this sedan that's coming out is the Hyena that we started with back in 1950, but we're calling it the next generation, or the new generation. It should be fun. This fastback isn't doing quite as well as I had hoped, I'll be honest. The van is outselling the fastback, which is not great. Which I guess is probably more a demographic call than it is a quality of the vehicle call. So we are investing a little bit in racing, which is what I think is giving us this boost to the Fowler. Sports car gets a little boost from that. I was hoping the fastback would get a boost from it as well. So a few things we need to do while I'm thinking about it. Come in here, go to our $20 million bond. I think it's safe to say we can pay that back at this point. So now we have no more bonds issued. So we're clear of debt. We're 113 million free and clear. I don't know if it makes sense to, I don't know if there's a good way to sort these. No, I don't want a tutorial. I want to see, do we have enough money to buy anybody yet? It looks like, oh, Arnold is based in Chicago. They have 4 factories, 41 branches. Wow. Company equity is 763 million. So we need 2 billion. 2.8 billion. Am I reading that right? Okay. Anyways, sorry about that. Just fun to see, you know, what the finances look like. To me, 113 million seems like a lot of money, but in a game like this, not really. Okay, so the factory in New York is upgraded. So we have what? Oh, 2 more months. 2 more months, and then we can sort out our lines again. We also have some contracts that we're doing. I allocated a line in Pittsburgh to making some components. That's the thing. That was the thing. I wanted to go to R&D to outsource. So but we're already doing it. I was like, that's such an even number, but that's why, because we're already doing that. So the signing fee, we'll do 1.5, and then the royalties, we'll do it even 60. Wow. We'll do the signing fee of 4.5 million, and the royalties on this, we'll do it 75. So that's chassis. We have this engine. Let's do an even 2 million. And then $100 on each one. The gearbox, we didn't make any new gearboxes. So I think I'm gonna make the Loyal available for 3 million, and then we want 375 for each sale. And eventually I'll probably put the Rover on there, but I'm not gonna do that right now because we wanna keep enough of the market share. Market share is the word I'm looking for. So So if you want to look, I mean, this is way back in 1960. We're a couple years ahead now, but feel free to pause the video and look at those stats. Lost the bid on the Swiss Army. See, we are licensing stuff that we developed, so that's good. We made a unibody. That's what several of our more recent projects are rooted in. That American Vehicle Club contract granted. So what these ones do is they seem to just pull from our overall production. But the ones that are making components are the ones that make it difficult because you have to allocate a production line to them. So you have to consider that when you're bidding. You know, you might be able to fulfill the contract, but is it going to require that we free up a line? So let's look at our sales numbers now and see what has the most demand. So I think of our 5 new lines in New York, we should do probably 2 lines Fowler, and then a Rover and a Lux, and maybe a Blast Lux. Okay. So we want to go to 4 for the Fowler. 1 for the blast. Was that right? No, that's not right. Not the blast. We want... Oh yeah, and the El Guapo is available now. Oh my goodness, I spent all this time and I... Shoot. Yeah, let's do this. We'll go one. Yeah, let's make 200 of those. And the Guapo Lux. And then we have 2 lines left, so we'll do a Rover. And a Rover Lux. Wait, what? Okay, now we need to go to the branches and set the price. What? Are you out of your mind? Look at these. I mean, that's crazy. Okay, let's start it at 8,000. Oh my gosh, we'll start this one at 9,500. I'll be surprised if we sell a single one of those. Alright, let's see how our new stuff does. And the Hyena will be coming out soon. We may have to end production on some of the older stuff to make room, but, I mean, I wonder if I could just scale this whole thing. Okay, here we go. So they only sold 50 of those. That's just too many. So we can shut those 2 lines down and sell these reserves off. I hit the sweet spot on the Rover and the Rover Lux. That's looking pretty good. So with these 2 lines, we'll do come back to the Fowler and do a Blast Lux. I guess. We're making an almost decade-old pickup truck. I updated it for here, and people are still buying this one. So maybe we'll get started on another pickup too. Let's go ahead and switch over those lines real quick, and then I don't want to micromanage them, so we'll probably simulate a fair bit of time here once I get this set. Okay, so another Fowler. And then what was the other one I said? A Blast Lux. A line of Blast Lux. Let's go to 150. Alright, and then we want to go to R&D. And should we update? Should we do like a new trim? No, I think we want to change several of the components. So we want to go to, actually, just real quick, I want to see what, if I say I want to make a pickup truck, they give me, yeah, that 1960 unibody frame. And then they like the newer 100 horsepower V6 instead of our older, bigger one. Interesting. Maybe we should make a new manual transmission. If that one's pretty old. Wonder how fast I can make a new manual transmission. I mean, I want it for a pickup truck. 5-speed with overdrive for a pickup truck. Let's switch to advanced. Specs. I don't think we're talking about the same thing here. Let's let me start over. We want to go gearbox advanced. So we want to do probably one of these. Not a 1-speed. 5-speed is fine with me. What? Limited slip. Is that really expensive? I mean, I don't think we really do. We care about high-speed fuel consumption? I don't think we care about overdrive with a truck. All right. So specs, tech, design, non-sync, 5-speed, right down the middle. I like that. So then material, component quality, technology's fine, manufacturing's fine. We want pretty good performance, decent fuel economy, nice shifting ease, dependability through the roof. So 11 months, it'll be $915 per. I think that sounds great to work as our pickup truck tranny, and we can put it in all kinds of stuff too. How much more will it cost us to go a little faster? Can we do it in 6 months? That's a lot more. All right, 11 months is fine. There we go. 10 months is fine. All right, let's build that. So this is 5-speed non-sync manual. Okay. Back to the office. What do we have? The Hyena comes out in 7 months and the Gearbox in 10. So let's sim through these 7 months and see what kind of damage we get into. So my original plan was to start this in 1965, so you could see like the actual middle of the 60s. It's just so crazy. It's just so crazy playing this game because you're like, I just have to see, I have to tinker. I can't just, like, this pains me to simulate several months at a time because I just sit here thinking, I bet the production's out of balance, you know, urgent action required. Okay, fix them. Okay, cool. So let's take a look at these. Oh, nice. We leased that 4-wheel drive truck frame. Might want to take a look at the contracts again. The best fastback in the entire world. The Slick Wheels Blast Lux. It definitely pays to spend a little bit of extra money in your development. I've noticed that. Let's take a look at the contracts real quick. So American Vehicle Club. Oh my word, we can make almost $5,000 per. I mean, I think we have to try. If we get it, we get it. If we don't, we don't. New York Shipyard, looking for engines. Wow, look at that. Okay, well, that's a decent profit margin. 792 of these. But that's the thing, at 23 per month, we're going to have to dedicate an entire production line to it. Just doesn't seem, I don't know, I'll have to crunch the numbers on it. So they want motors. Oh. Could I combine these? Like if I don't know. It just seems a little risky. Seems a little risky. I'm going to pass on those. And we're 4 months out from our sedan, so let's go ahead to that date. What's it like owning a company in the golden age of American muscle? Dun, dun, dun. Click here to find out more. Alright, so we're way overproducing the Fowler now. So we'll call that off. And we are missing sales of the Blast. I think the Blast Lux yeah, the El Guapo was pretty much a money loser. There's a way to do that, to look and see how profitable a specific car is for you. It would be, nope, it's got to be in this report. You go to like this specific car. I don't know. I don't know how to find most of the available information. I wish I could just click on like see how this car has done. There's like a way to see your vehicles in the little lobby looking place. Get showroom. Yeah, here it is. No, I don't want a showroom. Vehicles. Yeah, so here it is. So we can click on this and you can see like overall sales. Lifetime sales. This was where we started, a modest beginning. And we got this truck, that little car, that fancy looking car. No wonder we sold a lot of those. So we sold 18,000 of those in 1960. Won one regional award. Top speed is 101 mile an hour. In the early 60s, that's nothing to sneeze at. The 75 horsepower motor. This one has an asterisk. Why? Did it win something? Fancy. So here's the Broad X2. I don't even remember what I changed. I think I just updated the technology. Loyal and the Loyal Lux. So the Loyal is selling pretty good. Man, that is a cool looking car. And the Lux is selling better. It just seems to be a car that's more suited for the wild and crazy. What? The top speed is only 92? I wonder what I did wrong with this car. Because that's funny that this sedan went faster. A top speed of 76. Yikes. I mean, I don't know why I made this thing such a kind of a waste. I just thought I could cut into a market where there, wasn't much competition, but perhaps too early. I don't know. So these are coming on strong. I think we're going to be happy with those. This we didn't get yet, but okay. Alright, so anyways, that gives us some idea of what our cars are looking like and how they're performing. There is a metric over here you can look at. Okay. So we're going to go boom, boom. Oh, you know what? This one was looking pretty good. let's remind ourselves what we're doing here instead of doing it off the top of my head. Okay, I guess we go broad axe and then regular blast. Okay. Let's say no. And then what? That was the wrong way. There we go. And then regular blast. Forget. Anything else? Let's do this. Let's make El Guapo Lux. We're going to make them real good quality. We're going to make, nope, we're going to make 35 of them. And then in the branches, we are going to drop the price of these to $87.50. Yeah, let's try that strat. And oh shoot, I did all that monkeying around and I forgot that the hyena is back. Let's make this just 2, and let's make a line. Let's try for 150. I feel like that's probably wishful thinking when we already have a sedan on the market. And then we're going to bring this down to an even 7,000. We're going to try to broaden that out. Okay, let's see how she does. First month of a new design on the market. Let's go. Wow. Huh. 710 missed sales. We sold them all in New York. We didn't even distribute them. They didn't even make it out of the city. That's interesting. Well, I guess a mediocre sedan does better than I think it will. What did it have an effect on the Loyale? Not really. 14 million. You love to see it. Okay, so what can we... I guess we can pull back another line of Fowlers. Let's try to get some being made out in LA. Let's make some hyenas out here. Let's go maybe 2. Can I do 200 and not kill quality too much? Yeah, let's go 195. Okay, let's see what that does for us. Sometimes labor's cheaper in the next city over. Yeah, maybe so. Alright, we need to get another line here somewhere. Thinking about opening up a plant in a new city. Let's go with think we built a new factory in Chicago. $91 million. 7 production lines for 40 million seems pretty good. Yeah, let's do that. And then we'll build a branch in Minneapolis. Build a branch in Miami. We'll build a branch in San Francisco. We'll build a branch in Baltimore. Do we venture to Mexico yet? Probably not. Not in the 60s. I think we wait a little while for that. Move. Okay, 1 more month and we unlock this gearbox. So then we start developing a pickup truck with the new gearbox. So we can replace the old broad axe. Alright, I think we're going to back off of the broad axe in production. We'll back you off there so we can make more hyenas. And we'll back off of the broad axe here in Pittsburgh so we can make more hyenas. Let's go. Can we? Oh man, I was hoping we could get 200 here. Let's go 120. All right. Now we want to go to R&D and outsource our new gearbox for 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Is that right? Yeah. And then we want 75 a piece. Okay. Then we want to go design a pickup truck where we use the 4-wheel drive frame, the 100-horse engine, and the new gearbox. And that one's fine. Okay, we want slightly improved quality. Conservative is fine. Traditional is fine. Not much luxury. A little bit of comfort. A lot of safety. We're not worried about technology. Style, disregard. Luxury, disregard. Safety, yes. Cargo, yes. Dependability, yes. And I think our target demographic will be, let's try to get into middle class. Let's try to. So it's an overall going to be a 44. It's going to take 18 months. Can I? Gosh. What's going to take so dang long? An $18 million pickup truck project. Pretty insane. Well, if it dominates the market though, trucks in the 60s, I'll take it. It will not be called the Gerfolk. It's gonna be called the Broad Axe, and we're gonna call it the Tough Trim. This is a conservative, traditional, tough, four-wheel drive truck. Gets the job done kind of truck. Build. Okay. All right. So back to the office, and I guess we'll quickly look at your contracts before I sim a bunch of months. I don't want to do components. I want to do whole cars. Can we do whole cars anywhere here? Is that an option? Vehicle, yeah. Lots to load, I guess. Okay. Well, no dice on that, so maybe let's do 3 months. We'll do a quarter. Take a look at where we're at. Maybe I'll stretch this. Maybe I'll do 2 episodes in the 60s here. It's just so hard for me to skip this stuff. I don't know how much. Oh, the Fowler's underselling now. Okay. I mean, not underselling, but we're missing sales on that. We're still missing sales on the Hyena. So here's what I want to know. If anybody can tell me in the comments, how do I find out if my pricing is off? I know there's a way. We can come in here and you like, why isn't this showing me? Maybe I need to be in branches. So it's telling me like, so right as of, oh, here's the number that I was looking for. So we're projecting 12 million in losses. 5 million. Oh no, not projecting. That means that's how much the project has cost. So El Guapo's killing us. The Rover is already in the green. Rover Lux is in the green. The Loyale is keeping us afloat. Loyale Lux is even better. Broad Axe is good. Fowler is like our whole business. Even the Broad Axe. Kitty Hawk is old, but it did a good job. So I think what I've learned is that the common denominator for all 5 of these vehicles that are losing money were that I used the quick, easy, assisted design. I think I did for the Rover also, but it just seems to be working. Total unit cost and what we can charge for it seems to be working better. Like you look at the total unit cost for the El Guapo, we're just gonna lose money. It's just silly. We might as well discontinue those sooner rather than later. I think the Hyena will pull out of this though, because the total unit cost is 5,800 and we're selling them for 7,000. And I think we're fairly competitively placed in the market. With this, we're rated a 45. We're just too expensive, but we're still getting incredible demand. So that might just be the difficulty setting that I'm on, because I'm on like not whatever it is, easy kind of difficulty. But so 12 months till our Chicago factory is done. 14 months till we get our pickup truck. Wondering if we cut our losses on those cars yet or not. I need to fix the. We need more production on the Fowler, and yeah, I need to find 2 lines for the Fowler. We'll pull one of each from the Loyal and the Loyal Lux and move them both over to the Fowler. We'll do that in LA. No, I want... What is going on with the button here? Assign. Assign. Now we want to go to the Fowler and do that. Okay. Let's do another 3. I think we'll get to the new truck. See how it does. Well, first we'll get to the Chicago plant and assign those lines. Just amazing how this game works, like watching everything scale up over time. It's really fun. I did a series before in the past where I was too aggressive, and then the World War II happened. So that's one of the reasons why I started post-war on this series, because I don't really know how to cope with those global events that mess with the storyline. I'm actually curious to see how much the Cold War will come into play with this. Also, you know, I'm adding in these branches, and I have the like sales distance, and I don't know how much that's affecting these missed sales numbers. Like, okay, what I mean, for example, if I come in here and I go to branches, why is it acting like I'm clicking on something I'm not clicking on? I clearly clicked on branches. So if I come in here to branches and I look at, let's pick one that doesn't have a factory. Oh my gosh. I built those new branches and I forgot. What is there something wrong with my mouse, or is my game just lagging? Alright, well, I'm glad I decided to do this. So now you can, oh, the rover did not get selected. Somehow that got skipped over. Did we select rover? Okay. Yikes. Okay. So now San Fran has all of them. Well, I will reanalyze these numbers after a month of the distribution network set up properly. But what I'm trying to say is, you know, I don't know how much like adding a new branch influences the sales numbers. So, oh heavens. Okay. So here's what's interesting. You know, this Kitty Hawk is like almost, you know, it's like an 8-year-old vehicle. And we're selling some in Baltimore and Chicago, Toronto, and a bunch in New York. And I'm just curious. See, this is what I was wondering if there was going to be. So now that we have branches in some of these other places like San Fran and Denver and Miami and Minneapolis, there is a little bit of a demand, but the product is not getting there. So it's fascinating. So they made it to Baltimore, Now, if I click on Baltimore, I just wonder, are they mostly getting, I'm assuming they're mostly getting their stuff sent from the New York plant or the Pittsburgh plant. Hmm. Well, there's a lot. It's funny. I want to keep the series moving, but I also feel like there's so many numbers to crunch here that it's hard to just move on. Like, some of these, it looks like I could probably bump the cost a little bit. Some of them, I just need another line of production. I think I'm gonna do this as 1960s Part 1, and I'll have to come back to it in the second half of the 60s and do another episode, because there's too much here for me to push through. So thanks everybody for watching. My name is Bluebelly, and I play simulation games, and I really like GearCity a lot. And so if you're sticking with this, please do give it a like, and just comment down below what you think of my strategy, if there are ways to improve. All that helps me. Even if you have feedback on how you'd like me to record these episodes, I know it's not a Call of Duty montage style. It's a little bit different. It's more cerebral. But if I don't talk you through my decisions, then you're really just going to be like, oh, he sold cars. Great, good for him. Me talking through the decisions and the reasons that I'm doing things and my analysis of the data, I think, is what makes it good. If you enjoy that as well, just let me know so that I can keep making these. If they don't perform well, then maybe we go in a different direction. I have to play a different game, but I know I'll always be playing this game personally. It's just a matter of whether or not you guys think it's a good fit for the channel, if it's something that you want to watch in long form, or if you just want me to clip, like, here's 3 decisions and then here's a year later and how they played out. I might be able to consider that as well. All right, thanks so much. Bye bye.